Welcome back to episode 6. Starting on this episode, I'll be preparing to fight the Wall of Flesh. As usual, I take the time to sort out my inventory after fighting a boss. There are several things that I want to do before I fight the Wall of Flesh. The first one will be to head to the dungeon and collect some bones. I'll be using those bones to make necro armor, which is the armor that I'll be using throughout the rest of the run. While I'm there, I'll also collect as many keys and open as many chests as I can. Currently, I feel that I'm way too weak to fight the Wall of Flesh, so I want to get as many things to get as strong as possible. I add on to the house a little bit because I'm going to be getting some NPCs before I fight the Wall of Flesh. With everything sorted out, I head back to the dungeon. I stopped to go up to the floating island that I missed earlier. Every floating island has a chest, and I'm really hoping for a good item from it. The chest contains a Star Fury, not exactly what I was wanting. The best thing in my opinion that you can get from these chests is a Lucky Horseshoe, which prevents fall damage. So as I'm heading right, I'm shooting up into the air. The reason I'm doing this is to check for more floating islands. I listen closely to see if the bullets that I'm shooting make impact, and that will tell me if I'm hitting an island. Since I did find one, I take a little bit of time to climb up to it to see if it does have a Lucky Horseshoe. This chest contains a red balloon. Not what I was looking for, but it's an okay item. Now that I'm back at the dungeon, it's time to collect some bones. My goal is to collect 180 bones. That'll be enough for necro armor, as well as enough bones to make the summoning item for the mechanical skull later on. The first chest that I open contains the Muramasa. I might get some use out of it, but I'm going to be using ranged weapons for a majority of the run. The second chest has an Aqua Scepter, which is something that I won't be using at all. So I found the mechanic pretty quickly. I'll definitely need her later on. My inventory got full pretty quickly. I take a little bit of time to sort it out to make sure that I have room for other items. I make sure not to throw away anything that's worth some money. This next chest contains the Blue Moon, which is a flail weapon. Like the last item, this is something that I won't make use of at all. This chest has a magic missile, which I also won't be using. While I am opening a lot of chests with items that I don't need, I am getting a good amount of gold from them. In this chest I get another Murmasa. If nothing else, it's worth a bit of money. I'm spending a lot of time in the dungeon, which isn't really what I want. I find it to be necessary though, because without the bones and without that special armor, I won't be doing nearly as much damage as I should be against the bosses. So finally, I get an item in one of these chests that I can make use of, the Cobalt Shield. This item prevents you from being knocked back when you're damaged, which is extremely useful in all fights. This chest gives me another cobalt shield. Since there's no point in having two, I'm just going to end up selling this one for money. This brown chest has a golden key in it, which will allow me to open the golden chest to the right. And the chest contains another blue moon. Well, I did say before that I can sell a lot of these items to make money. I'm running out of room in my inventory. This means that I will have to trash some of the other items, since I'm assuming that I'll be down here for a little while. And unfortunately I die. With the dungeon done for now, stay tuned for the next episode to see what I'll do before I fight the Wall of Flesh. If you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Also, you can click on the annotation in the middle of the video to watch the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in episode 7 of this Terraria speedrun.